Hello everyone, welcome to Be Muscle. Today we're going to be talking about a fat loss transformation and week 6 of my 12-week cut. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up as well. And if you want to begin your fat loss journey, but you don't know where to start, check out the 8-week foundation phase. Link is in the description below. So let's go ahead and jump in. First of all, I'm on the dashboard page for myself here. You can see the average performance score over the last 6 weeks is now 82%. So as long as I'm above the 75%, which is obviously green, perfect. Okay, that's what I'm aiming for. 6 check-ins now completed and 20 total workouts in the books. So let's go over the weekly tracker and show you exactly what happened last week. So I managed to get 8 out of 10 targets, 80%. So green week for me, that was really good. Last week, I got a red week. I think I got 50% of the target. So yeah, I wanted to bounce back with a strong week and literally done exactly that. There was 1 or 2 things that I sort of slipped up on, but at the end of the day, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need 100% weeks. This is what I'm always going on about. You do not need to be perfect. Once you eliminate that from your mind and just do the basics, try and do the best you can still get results, okay? So touching into training, 3 target workouts last week, managed to complete 3, so hit that one. That's 3 weeks in a row I've hit the gym targets. Cardio, managed to do 40 minutes dead on. That was a 40-minute run I did yesterday. I think I managed to cover about 6.6K, and it actually felt good. Some weeks when running, it feels really tough, really hard, and other weeks, you could just, it feels like you could just run forever. So yeah, really good run this week. Just touching into nutrition, average daily meals last week for me was 3.1. Planned snacks was 0. Unplanned snacks was 0. And obviously I managed to track every single day with food there, which is really good. Fruit, veg and salad, fruit, veg or salad in every single meal. Okay, so that's one of my targets. 7 out of 7 days I managed to do that. Okay, so that means every single meal I had, it either had veg, salad or fruit in it. Okay, that's the main aim with that target. Managed to complete that one. Protein as well. Protein in each meal. Managed to hit that every single day for the 7 days. Managed to do that 6 weeks in a row now, actually, with that one. Calories. My calorie target last week was 2,600. I averaged 2,611. So basically hit that target there. Remember, with a calorie target, it's a 50 calorie leeway. So basically this target here is 2,550 to 2,650. Okay, so if you add 50 calories to this or subtract 50, it will still come up green. Okay, it's basically 100 calorie leeway, and I just need to be in that zone. Protein. This was one that I actually slipped on last week. 180 grams is my target, and I actually finished on 142. That's actually 3 weeks now I've not hit my protein target. So that is going to be a really big focus for me next week, hitting my protein. This week, I think the reason why this was down, and again, people could call this excuses or, whatever it is, but the reason was I actually rely, especially on my 4th meal, I do rely on whey protein. I have around 70 grams of whey protein, just in, as a normal shake, but I have 70 grams of whey, and that is equivalent to 50 grams of protein. So I really like that as my last meal. Last week, though, I actually ran out of whey protein, which means the last 2 meals, I had to swap the protein source, but I didn't have anything in the cupboards. And again, that's just a lack of planning from my side. So again, if I knew that the protein was actually low, I could have obviously went to the shop, got some, different things. But yeah, I think I actually, in the end, because I didn't have the protein for the 2 days, I managed to order some and quickly get some in. But for the 2 days, I think instead of 4 meals, I just had 3. And this is why the protein then went down, okay? So again, you could call this, an excuse or a reason or whatever it is, but, these things happen. You can't hit these targets every single week, but I've now not hit this for 3 weeks in a row. So this is my main focus for next week is protein. I must hit this protein target. I really don't want to see this creeping up, okay? Fats, this was actually a good one, just in 90 grams. The target is 80. Remember, with the macros, there's a 10 gram leeway. Okay, so my target is 80, so that's basically anywhere from 90 to 70. Okay, I managed to hit 90 dead on. If this was 91, then this obviously would have went orange. So yeah, just managed to get the fats in. Carbs is obviously the rest of the calories. 301. I was literally just 1 gram average over, which is annoying, but these things happen. Lifestyle, water, I averaged 3 litres last week. My target is 2.5, so that was ticked off. 5 weeks in a row I've hit that one. And then sleep, 7 hours is my target, and I managed to average 7 hours 11 minutes, which is good. So lifestyle, all green. That's been solid the whole 6 weeks. Mainly, training as well has been really good. Workouts completed. It was just nutrition last week, especially with the protein, and then obviously carbs, which is the rest of the calories. So again, we can't have perfect weeks every single week, but all we got to do is try our best. And for me, my focus next week is definitely on the protein. So here you can see the numbers. These are when I did my sessions. So I think I did my sessions on, I want to say Monday, Tuesday. No, actually, no. This would have been Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday session. 40-minute was on a run. I always do the run Saturday morning. And the meals, as you can see here, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 3, and a 2 yesterday. Planned snacks were 0, unplanned snacks were 0. Quite like sticking to my meals only. Veg, protein, again, not an issue. Calories, you can see on the Sunday was a 3,100. That was my birthday weekend, I think it was. So I really tried to keep the calories as low as possible. But yeah, ended up going slightly over. But, the good thing is having average daily calorie targets is my target this week was 2,600. Even though I went over 3,000, a lot of people would then give up and stop and think, I had 3,000 calories today. I'm just going to quit this whole thing. But the difference is that I had over 3,000 and I still managed to get a result. I even had you'll see in a second, still managed to get a 2 pound down this week. Okay, so it was like 1 point something kilos, 2.5 pounds down, I think I was this week. And a lot of people would have gave up. But if they stuck with it the next day, they would have got 2-3 pounds down. But a lot of people give up in this scenario. So again, if you do want help with these types of things, especially the mental side, again, check out the Foundation Phase. Link is in the description below. But this one, 3,100. What did we do? 2,000. That 2,000 calorie day, that was basically to level out this. Okay, because 2,600 was my target, and I thought if I have 2,000 calories actually today, that's 600 less. That means these 3 will average 2,600, and that's my target, okay? So sometimes, you need a disciplined day just to even it out, and then you can go back to your normal. And then I did 2,500, 2,600, 2,500, 2,800, actually slightly over yesterday. But again, it's the average that counts. And I managed to basically hit the calories dead on. Protein, these were, sort of the low days. So it was 119 on the Sunday. And then, 145. The 1.2s were definitely without the whey protein. And as you can see, the protein came back in 184, 165, even 129 yesterday. I didn't have a whey protein shake actually yesterday. So, overall, actually, this week, protein's been very poor for me. But it just makes me sort of zoom out and go, right, see if we can have a good week of protein next week. Fats, they were all sort of 90, quite high in some areas for the fats. Again, fats are really important for hormones, body regulation. So we need a good amount of fats, but sometimes not too much. Again, I'm going to see if I can discipline myself with the fats, bring those slightly down. Carbs is obviously just the rest of the calories, so we don't worry about those. Water has been good, 2.5, 3, 3.5 day. 3 there, so really high there. And sleep, 8 hours, 5:45, 8, 7, 7, 6, and 8.5 last night. So everything good. Steps, not tracking. When weight plateaus, I can add a step target in, but at the minute, I don't need it. Weight is going down. Again, save the tools for when you need them. Caffeine, 0. Caffeinated drinks. If I was tracking caffeine, which I'm not, I just have a pre-workout, which is caffeinated drink. That would be on my gym days, so it would probably be, averaging, these are over the days, aren't they? So what would I do? Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'll just put 1 caffeinated drink. That's all it will be. And then alcohol was 0 anyway. Don't really drink much alcohol. So that one is there. Just going to touch on to the data overview. Just want to go over my measurements. Weigh in this week. As you can see, a drop. I held my target still last week, even though there wasn't a big drop, because I knew that this could come down, and I was right. Body weight did come down. It was right to hold the targets. What was I? 97.3 this week, 96 dead on. What was that? About 1.3 kilos. So just under actually £3 down, actually just under 3 pounds down. So yeah, actually a really good week. In total now, since starting about 6 weeks ago, I'm now down 4 kilos, or 8.8 pounds. Okay, so nearly £9 down. My target is to get to 92, so we're actually bang on literally the target. My target is to lose 8 kilos in total. If I get around that 8 kilos, it's fine. I don't need to lose that exactly. But yeah, if I lose around 8 kilos, I'll be happy. And we're literally on track, halfway through the 12 weeks and halfway through the weight loss. Okay, so yeah, literally perfect. Another area I just want to check is my check-in ratings. So this week I rated my recovery actually at 7, just fractionally lower. And it actually makes sense because I had less protein. I did notice, slightly more soreness than usual. So that actually does make sense. It's weird how you just pick a number between 1 and 10 of how you feel, and it actually reflects, some of these data points in other areas. So yeah, it's amazing, when you track all these numbers. Energy levels, that actually came down this week, just fractionally 7. Like I always say, that if you're above 7 in that 7-8 area, it's actually a good place to be. 9 and 10 is obviously being perfect, but if you're below 7, sort of in the 6 and below, then it's probably time to be aware of what's going on and see if you can make some changes. But at the minute, still decent energy levels, just fractionally down. We'll see what happens next week with that one. Sleep quality 8 as well. It's been the same for 4 weeks in a row, sleep quality, so that's not any issues there. And day-to-day stress, I ranked 5 yesterday, up 6, just fractionally up this week. Again, just a couple of things that sometimes are out of your control, and you start, kind of stressing about it. Probably little things that all just build up. So again, I just need to be aware of these things that are creating stress and see if I can bring them down. So next week, I'm going to see if I can sort of back off working just fractionally, give myself some actual time off because I have done a lot of work. So I'm going to see if I can do that, and that should ultimately just bring down the stress on that one. So yeah, just going to go into the weekly tracker for this week. Okay, so my targets this week, there are 2 changes. Okay, I'm not adding any new ones. I'm just keeping the same 10, but cardio is increased from 40 minutes to 50, so up 10 minutes, and calories have been reduced from 2,600 to 2,500. Okay, so I'm basically moving more and eating less. It's as simple as that. Okay, so training, again, 3 gym sessions. I'm going to see if I can get those in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Cardio, 50 minutes. We're see if we can do a 50-minute run on Saturday. Nutrition, again, aim for the 4 meals every single day. Aim for no planned snacks, no unplanned snacks. Fruit, veg in every meal, again, should be quite easy. Protein in each meal should be easy. Calories, 2.5. Again, all that changes with the calories is you just drop. I like to drop 100 calories each time, which is basically 25 grams of carbs. Okay, that's all that changes. Protein and fat stay the same. Carbs just come down. That is the only difference there. So yeah, those will be the nutrition ones. And then lifestyle is exactly the same. 2.5 litres of water on average, and then 7 hours of sleep on average there. So that is basically my targets for next week. That will be week number 7, basically starting from today. Water wise today, I'm probably a little bit behind actually, to be honest, and protein. I need a really high protein meal later. So, but again, I have all week to make this average score, on target for myself. So if you would like to begin your transformation journey, but you don't know where to start, check out the 8-week foundation phase. Link is in the description below. That is part of the Be Muscle coaching. And again, any questions you have, obviously send me a message. And yes, I will see you next week so we can review week number 7. Have a great week.